Hello, I'm Ann Simonsen. I'm a nationally board certified health and wellness coach, and I teach people how to eat whole food, plant-based, as well as how to live long, strong with the pillars of lifestyle as medicine. But one of the things I'm doing today is fulfilling my promise that I put out there 4 years ago to celebrate turning 70. I wrote this book, Aging Powerfully, and it's filled with actually 10 recommendations for living longer and stronger using, again, pillars of lifestyle medicine. In any case, this is a healthy, low-fat guacamole. I don't think it's actually low-fat, but it's certainly not high-fat because it cuts the guacamole with peas. Isn't that interesting? Have you heard of a place called Rancho La Puerta? It's in Tecate, Mexico. It's a place that Chef AJ goes 2 to 3 times a year to teach cooking classes and do talks, and I've been her sous chef there 3 times. She's gone there for, I don't know, 7, 8, 10 years, and I'm going back in July when she's going to be there, not as her sous chef, but with my husband. The reason I'm bringing that up is because I got a little booklet the last time I was there, and it included recipes from Rancho La Puerta, and it is a vegetarian-based, all-inclusive spa. So the food is provided, the 30 to 40 activities a day are provided, there's pools everywhere. Anyway, it's fabulous. And I'm going to offer you that recipe that I tore out of the book and thought, oh my gosh, I love this. They call it Rancho Aztec Guacamole, and it uses peas. Now, AJ may have had something, Chef AJ, may have had something to do with this because there was a time they were offering guacamole with peas because of her. First of all, I'm putting in partially defrosted. I just poured them on the floor. Cat's going after them and batting them around. Oh boy, what a scene. So we have partially defrosted peas, and I don't have the 3 avocados that it called for a cup of these, so I think I'll just save those. Okay, and this is a little Cuisinart processor, and I'm just pulsing it. I don't really want to turn it into a paste, but I definitely want to break them up. I'm sorry, just a moment. Let me push them down once. Okay, perfect. And I'm going to go to the next part, leave this here until I'm ready for it, and that is to deal with the avocado. And the way I do that is with a big serving fork. I'm going to break it up. You see, yes, I have 1 avocado in here, a second one that I just cut in half to show you. This is a beautiful avocado. Look at that. And the way I get the seed out is that I whack it carefully. Whoops. Whack it, and then, oh, how interesting. This one's a little tough. And then turn it. Interesting. It's not as ripe as I thought it was. And spoon it out. And when you spoon it out, spoon all of the avocado right up against the skin, because there's a lot of nutrition in that the area right under the skin where the sun's shining on it. And there we go. All right. So I'm going to mash this, and it is a harder avocado, but it's going to be fine. Avocados are so much fun. aren't quite sure what you're going to get. Sometimes they feel ripe, and when you open them, they have a lot of black spots. Sometimes they feel ripe and they're gorgeous. Sometimes they feel ripe, like this one, and it's not quite ripe. It's a little bit hard. And you know what? I'm gonna do something that will make it easier for me. I'm gonna use a masher. And this is, I have 2 potato mashers that are like this. One is smaller than the other. This is the smaller one. Try not to do too much banging in your ear. Okay. So what are we going to put in this Aztec guacamole? A well-mashed avocado, even though I'm not taking it down to, I'm not taking it down to nothing. In other words, I don't want it to be mashed to nothing. I personally like a little bit of texture in my guacamole. Okay. Sorry. And I'm now going to add lemon juice, and all of this is in the recipe. Chopped fresh tomato, some red onion diced. I'm going to save a little of that and just decide if I want to add more. I have a jalapeno that's very ripe, and so it turned red. I think they call that ancho when it turns red, but I'm not sure. And then finely chopped cilantro. And that's it until I add the green peas. If I were making a sauce and I had gotten down to this point where I was getting the sauce out, I would have gotten as much sauce as I could out of it, and then I would have left my blade in, spun it. The centrifugal force pulls everything off the blade around the edges, and then it's really easy to get it out if it's a sauce, but I didn't need to do this here and now because it came out really easily. So, there's salt. Oh, that's what I left out. Chopped garlic, and I put salt in it. If you don't use salt, you can use a salt substitute or leave it out. There's no question but that salt does give a bit of a boost to foods, but some are completely SOS free, salt, oil, sugar free. I don't add oils to my food, but I do use a little salt. I've been quite influenced by Dr. Brooke Goldner and her protocol, which includes drinking 96 ounces or more of water a day, which means that I need to keep my sodium balanced. With too much water and not enough sodium, salt, you can get lightheaded and weak. And with that amount of water, I do make sure that I get my bit of salt every day. Okay, let's see what I think and see if there's anything. Oh, wait. I want to add some pepper. Fresh ground pepper. Let's do that again. Isn't this easy? Let me show you how pretty it is. But I'm going to put it in another bowl, because once you've done all this, the bowl's not that attractive. But I want to taste first. I'm trying to decide if I want more lemon juice. I'm going to put a touch more lemon juice. I have a beautiful Meyer lemon tree, and I've picked the fruit just a little. And I freeze it into little cubes, and it will last me most of the year. I have that much. I like having Meyer lemons, and I like having that juice. The cats have the zoomies, so if you hear it or see it, that's what's going on here. Oh my. Okay. That is just delicious. I like it with the peas. And the peas, as you saw, were not cooked. They were out of the freezer, which means they're lightly blanched, but they still have a bit of bite to them. And gosh, this has a really nice texture. This was all Rancho La Puerta served when they had, is it Tuesday or Wednesday night? Every time I've been there, they have an evening where they invite the entire group, and there's about 100 to 150 people who will stay there any given time. And so it's not huge, and there are a lot of activities all the way into the evening. And one of them is a chips and guacamole and salsa night. And they have music and people get together and just have a great time. They have sangria. So look at this. You see? Isn't that just beautiful? It's delicious. And I'm going to serve it with baked tortilla shells and vegetables, a crudité plate. I love jicama. We'll be dipping jicama in it, and I think that's it. I hope you like what you saw. Consider subscribing, sharing, and giving me a thumbs up, and more importantly, take real good care of yourself and have a great day, because I know I'm going to. Bye-bye.